Hari Om and welcome to all the Divine Atma Jyotis to today's AVSC Satsang. Let us continue our contemplation of Advaita Makaranda contemplation. So today we will be focusing on shloka 20 to begin with. May I request Padmaji to help us with the initial chanting and also the initial contemplation, and then we can build on that. Are you there, Padmaji?
चेत्योपरागरूपा मे साक्षितापि न तात्विकी उपलक्षणमेवेयं निस्तरङ्गचिदम्बुधेः. Even the state of being a witness is not my absolute nature. It is only a conceptual indication. In reality, I am the infinite ocean of consciousness, free from all waves of modifications. So, here in this shloka, the Kavi is talking about that the Kavi is saying that even the state of being a witness is not my absolute nature. My understanding is that the reason he is saying this is because even if I am a witness, there has to be something else for me to witness. Again, so duality is coming into picture. So if I have to observe something, there has to be two things. One is the observer or the witness, and something else is happening, which may seem external to us. So, however, that is not the case. I am the one infinite consciousness. That means there is only me. There is only the consciousness. There is nothing separate happening which somebody else has to be witnessing. I think that is what he is mentioning here. Free from all the waves of modifications. I think the modifications that he is referring to is all the three gunas, the three states of the three states that we are in: waking, deep sleep, and dream state, and also the three the body, mind, intellect, all the three, and also the all the different states that we describe, attribute to ourselves, is free from the consciousness is free from all these waves of modifications, and I am that consciousness, infinite consciousness. That is what I understand by this shloka, sir.
Very nice. Can you relate to these questions and then let's deep dive?
Okay.
So when the Kavi says witness, in the way of looking at body, mind, intellect, and consciousness, according to you, what is witnessing what? Can you go deeper based on question A?
Okay. First of all, like I earlier said, when we talk of witness, then there are two things. One is the witness, and something else is happening or is taking place, which the witness is witnessing. So, from that perspective, I think it is not just the body, mind, intellect. It is everything that is happening. The witness is seeing everything, not only the body, mind, intellect, everything that is happening, the situation, your so-called world, everything is being witnessed by the witness. Who is witnessing whom? Yeah. So there is one. Okay. If I take myself as a witness, everything else that is happening around me is supposed to be the object which I am witnessing. So it can be the body, it can be the mind, it can be the intellect, it can be the collective situations that are happening. There is someone who's observing all the time, even in my three states of, the dream state, the waking state. There is something which is always watching, or there is something which is always there. So, and also the ego is the one that is creating all these illusions of I am the body, I am the mind, okay, this is my world. All these are illusions. And so the witness is something who is aware of all this. In the absence of that light, I will not be able to see anything. So I am the light. The Kavi is pointing out here that you are not even the witness that you claim to be. I think that the concept itself is for us to understand it better. Without this concept of uh, first mentioning about the witness, I think we won't get a clear picture of how to differentiate between the body, the mind, and the three states and the three gunas that which we are, I mean, which are part of us, or which because of which all these things happen. So uh, the illusion itself uh, is, I mean, it's an illusion. When it's an illusion, then it's not there. It's a mithya. So uh, and the witness, we are referring to ourselves as witness of all this. However, uh, is there really a need to witness is also a thought that is coming to me, because if if I have to be a witness again, I have to say that okay, there is a past, this happened to me, and this might happen to me, or this is going to happen. All these things are also there, past, present, and the future. Whereas when I'm in the present moment, everything is in one flow. It is just a flow. It is like a river. In a river, um, you when you look at a river, it is constantly flowing. There is no stagnation, whether there is a small stone or anything. It's just flowing. I feel the consciousness, if I were to compare it, then comparison with the river will be I mean, is coming to my best of knowledge. Yeah.
So ultimately, what you are saying is the witness. So in this way of looking at the picture,
Mm,
there is world.
mm,
There is at a first level, the interface to the world is the body.
mm,
Then there is a subtler interface called mind.
mm,
Then there is even more subtler decision-making faculty called intellect.
mm,
Then ultimately there is consciousness. This is the model, right?
mm, mm,
Consciousness is the divine light of the self, the pure awareness.
mm,
Then and that is illuminating the intellect, and
mm.
which in turn, see, when we think of antakarana, there is mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankara.
Kara.
Among these four, here, mind is referring to the other three. That is chitta, mana, and aham. That is what is being referred here in this way of looking at
Mm,
organizing. Those
mm,
three are the mind here. There is intellect, there is consciousness, right? So, like that, world, body, mind, intellect, consciousness.
mm.
So, when you say witness, whose witness here in this way of looking at the picture? Who is the witness and who is witnessing what?
So the witness is also the, see, the light is the one source. Okay, that is the source of everything, the consciousness. However, the ego is the one that is painting the picture, right? The consciousness is only the light. For example, there is a light in the room. The light is shining just like the sun. It is just there, but it is an identity which is saying that, oh, in this light I can see a photo frame, I can see say a laptop, I can see a bed, I can see a cupboard in the room. So there is someone making this up for me. Okay, that is the illusion, that is the ahankara, because there is one identity based on which it is making all these claims.
Okay.
Yeah. So that
So,
is why I said that there has to be a duality. If I say that I am a witness and I'm witnessing whatever I may be witnessing, whether it is the body, whether it is the mind, whatever I'm witnessing, the whatever I'm witnessing is one thing created by the ahankara based on whatever the three gunas or whatever conditionings I have, the vasanas that I have. Based on that, a picture is created, and that is what is being translated to the mind. However, I am none of this. I am not even that person or that identity which is painting all this picture for me.
So
So
here,
I am
mind is
separate.
referring to
Yeah.
um, mana plus
Mm.
chitta plus aham.
Ahankara. Mm.
Okay. So now, are you saying that the witness is the ahankara?
No, the witness is consciousness, sir. But it is not, that's what, it's not pure. Okay, if I can use this word, I don't know if it is the right way to do it, but I can use consciousness and pure consciousness, maybe. So pure consciousness is the sun, and
So are you saying that other than consciousness, in this way of looking at it,
uh,
I have to write one more arrow and then say pure consciousness? Is that how?
maybe no, for understanding purpose, we can consider it like that. Because
Mhm.
I feel that, see, even the aham, it is making up, the identity is created. But for the aham also to relate it, it needs one power, no, one source it needs. That is what is consciousness. So if I want to I don't want to say that aham is the one who is witnessing. I think again, without that light, even the aham cannot do anything. The same faculties are present even when we are in deep sleep, isn't it?
So then, there is a sense of, as an example, in terms of the practice, right? In
Ah,
terms of the practice, be a witness to your situation right
yeah,
now.
that is what. This is for our understanding purpose only, no, sir. It is
Correct,
like,
correct. But
ah,
let me frame the question. So be a witness, and then okay. So notice all the changes happening. When that instruction is given, what part of this picture is witnessing that change? See, right now, if I
conch.
say simply notice the changes happening with respect to my speech,
Mm,
just be a witness to the sound that is coming to you.
mm.
Then if you are simply noticing, what does it even mean to notice? To be a witness, what does it
To
mean to be
be
a
to be
witness?
aware, right? To be aware of what is happening around you.
You're
For
always aware.
example, huh?
You're always aware. What is the speciality about be a witness?
No, that is what I purely take it as for understanding purpose. For understanding who I really am, all these things are given because consciousness is not something. It is not tangible, which you can hold or see in the hand, and unfortunately, the mind is such that it understands there is a limitation, right? A limitation to the understanding that a mind has. Whereas what I am trying to understand, contemplate, when I think of consciousness, is something infinite, which is beyond the purview of the mind. So to understand it, I feel that the concept of this witness, and you are the observer, and then there are some objects, and you are the subject. All these things are brought into picture to make you understand the concept only. Otherwise, there is only one light, and whatever is happening, if that light is not there, then nothing else is functioning, right? You are not aware of anything. If that awareness is not there, what is there?
Okay. So now
Yeah.
then, usually as a beginner practice,
Mm,
uh, Sakshi Bhava meditation, right?
mm, mm,
Is given, and
mm,
in that generally the instruction is, okay, so now you are hearing all this sound, you are seeing all this. Okay, first
mm,
close your eyes so that input reduces. Now
mm,
sound, you cannot put a ear plug, so sound is coming. Now
mm,
just be a witness to the sound. So
mm,
when that instruction is being given,
mm.
who is witnessing that sound?
That's also the consciousness only, no, sir. It is within me. I mean, I am that consciousness. I can't even say it is within me. It will be wrong. I am that consciousness. I
But
am that
from a
light.
beginner viewpoint,
Ah,
who's just started this journey,
ah,
when that instruction is given, be a witness.
mm.
What is that that is generally happening? Who is witnessing who in that situation?
I don't know how to put it across because for me, I'm not able to think from that point itself.
You've gone too advanced.
I I don't know. I mean, the same thing was happening to me yesterday also. Yeah, because although I tried to answer that question which was put yesterday across, my first thought or my first thing was, why would I want to do that? It
Yeah.
doesn't serve. It doesn't serve.
See, the thing is,
Uh,
it's like we say, right?
uh,
Uh, the journey has to start from where one is, right? So
yeah.
now the question is not to
No,
someone
no,
like,
no. I
uh,
didn't. I didn't mean it in any way like that. I didn't
mhm.
mean it like that. I understood it, but uh, I don't know. That's what I said. Like maybe some questions like it feels as though again it's something created only. So again, the mind, ego, everything is coming in. But yeah.
Okay, all right.
Okay,
Let's
I'll try to go from that perspective, sir. I mean, okay, in that case, then I can say it is the aham because it is the one that is creating all that identity. Yeah.
Okay, so your viewpoint is, the Sakshi Bhava, be a
Mm,
witness. So
mm.
the aham is being asked to be a witness.
Yeah, yeah. Because all this thing, all this, whatever the scripture and everything, it is for the ego only, right? Because it is the one that is carrying all these notions about who I am, what I am, how big I am. All this is the thing that the ego has, which has to be, cleared and the way to do it is only this. The way to do this is only this by constant Shravana, Manana, and Nididhyasa. That is why I was mentioning about pure consciousness also. Uh, so, what is there for consciousness to become more pure? So, the consciousness word itself is pure only, but yeah, if we have to from understanding point of view, then I can take a position that it is the aham which is colored by various things and which has one very deep rooted identity it is carrying with it, which is not uh, easy to remove or change, if I may say. So that is why all these scriptures and all these things are given, and we have to go through that for the aham to, yeah, to understand that, yeah, or to let, even let go is a wrong word, no sir, now. Yeah, so just to purify, yeah, purify is a better word, yeah, to purify the aham and say that okay, this is not your job is to, yeah, aid me, yeah, so you don't
Can
take
I
the
can
lead,
I
I
take
take
the
the lead.
can I take the position? See if what I'm framing is it correct. Would you
Mm,
agree with the way I'm framing?
mm,
Can I say that in the beginning is the
mm,
consciousness only which has taken the shape of the aham,
mm,
and because of that, and aham is identified with the body and the mind.
mm,
So therefore, to separate
mm,
consciousness from body, mind, and aham,
mm, mm,
the Sakshi Bhava is be a witness.
mm,
And then there has to be still further through the jnana, like how Kavi is now pointing. You're not even
mm,
the witness.
mm,
Through
mm.
jnana, even that final separation has to happen. So
Yes.
if I frame it like that, would you agree?
Yes, sir, I would agree. Because, yeah, because that is how you can make sense of it, right? See, for before I started all these classes, or even I entered into spirituality, I had no knowledge of all this. In fact, for me, even the mind was a single entity, and I would equate probably mind with only brain. I would not even think that the mind is a bigger object and the body is itself in the mind. That thing itself was, I was not aware of it. I have not read it anywhere. I have not heard anyone say it. So that itself was a striking thing when I heard that itself. Because for me, mind was something probably within the instrument called brain. There is something called mind. This is how my understanding was when I came to you first as a student for Bhagavad Gita. So from there, to have come to this point without the scripture, without the contemplation, without the uh, manana, without reading these things, without listening to Guruji's talks, and without the contemplation that we do, satsanga, it would not have been possible at all. I would just be so ignorant, so ignorant. Even now, I am ignorant. Maybe there should be levels of ignorance. You know. So, like Adi Shankar say, no, moodha, like you're that kind of moodha, and now maybe it's a better moodha now. So, so that
Highly
is how,
informed Mudatva.
yeah, yeah, informed and spiritual moodha, maybe. No. So, yeah. So, I think
I
now I don't even think because I brought it up today. I'm making that statement that I was like that. But after this so many years, you are not able to go back to that again. That is what I have noticed. I think when you evolve, that is what happened. You can never go back to that kind of ignorance. You can never go back to. So that is something I feel is only possible through the Shravana Manana Nididhyasa, constantly doing it. Yeah. So that is why I think I am struggling nowadays with some questions, is what I've observed. Yeah. Yesterday also it was not easy. The whole day I was just contemplating on that. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful, very nice. Uh,
Vijayji,
yes,
is he
Rajni.
talking about the reflected consciousness over here, the witness?
So in this picture, Rajni ji, you're seeing this. First of all, Rajni ji, are you in agreement in the way this picture has been constructed? Because there is an arrow which is indicating direction. So what it essentially means is the world is in the body is in the mind is in the intellect, and the intellect is in the consciousness. That is how, who's witnessing what. That is the direction of witnessing. So first of all, are you in agreement with this picture?
Probably the consciousness which we are talking about over here could be the reflected consciousness.
Yeah, so we can further go into that. But first of all, my question is,
Hmm.
if you
Okay.
look at it in a very simplified way for now, are you in agreement with this picture? What you're seeing here? Who is witnessing what? So the way you can read this picture is world is being witnessed by the body is being witnessed by the mind is being witnessed by the intellect is being witnessed by the consciousness. So if I make such statement and refer to this picture, is this picture then correct according to you?
Yeah, I think so. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So now in that picture, when you use the word reflected consciousness, in this way of looking at it, reflected consciousness. So generally, reflection means what? There is some source and there is some other object on which that is falling and it is getting reflected. Like a mirror, if I hold the mirror to sun, then I will say that sun is the source and mirror is the reflected surface, the surface on which the reflection is happening, and the sun's light is getting reflected. I can change the direction of the sun's light. All that I can do, right? That's what we mean by reflection. So when you use the word reflected consciousness with respect to this picture, how do you connect it?
The pure consciousness, it falls on the mind. We need the mind also in this picture for us to understand or for us to be a witness to that.
Okay. So now let us uh, go a little deeper into only those two sentences that you just now used. Please repeat that sentence. What you just now used, the last two sentences alone.
Okay. So for the consciousness or for being witness, I need a reflecting surface. And that reflecting surface is the mind, and that is how I can witness.
Okay. So reflecting surface is mind, and that is how I can witness. And the sun is consciousness. This is what you are saying. Is that a correct understanding of what you said?
Sun is consciousness. Everything is consciousness. It is pure light. The pure sun is. Everything falls.
See here in
Everything
this
is
way of
conscious.
expressing, you're saying reflecting surface is mind. Something must be reflecting in that mind, no?
Hmm.
What is
Okay.
reflecting in the mind?
Okay. The light or the sun for here, for example. Okay.
Yeah, right. So consciousness is the source. Sun is I can, instead of using sun, consciousness is like sun, the
Hmm.
source. Reflecting surface is mind, and that is how I can witness. These are the three important phrases in your statement. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, in this I, in this statement, this I,
Mm-hmm.
who is this I who's witnessing? Because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, this is the one who's witnessing in your statement. So, who is this I who's witnessing?
This is the body mind intellect complex, BMI.
So, according to you, this is BMI. So, what you are saying is, then in fundamental analysis, you are not in agreement with this. That is why you are making this statement. You are saying that if I is nothing but body, mind, and intellect, for that to witness, then your picture is stopping here only. So the I currently, in your way of looking at it, what you are essentially saying is, let me just show you.
That other picture, no, the head and that one. You can.
Now today, I didn't want to particularly use that picture,
Okay.
and I wanted to see whether just with the words, whether it works.
Hmm.
So this is what is being referred as I in what you said. Is that correct? Is that how you are thinking, Rajniji?
Mm-hmm.
This is
This is.
I. I'm not sure whether you mean the world also, but at least these three is what you're referring as I.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Is that correct? In
Mm-hmm.
this way of expressing.
Mm.
Now the question is, um, if this has to witness, then there has to be a source
Hmm.
because you are also saying that the source is not here.
Hmm. Okay.
And you are saying this is the source.
Mm-hmm.
Now tell me, what is reflected consciousness in this way of thinking about it? What is reflected consciousness?
See, if I were to see myself, I have to stand in front of the mirror and there has to be light over there which reflects, and then I see myself in the sense. Um, Similarly, body, mind, intellect in itself is jada, but it is actually consciousness only. But if we leave out that consciousness, then the body, mind, intellect is a jada. But I am able to, I'm able to this the body mind intellect, it becomes life only with the consciousness, and I'm able to then I'll say how then for that I need a reflecting surface to see the world or whatever it is, and that reflecting surface is the becomes the is the mind, uh, uh, for me to go and see outside anything. Otherwise the whole thing is consciousness only. But to see the world jagat, I need a reflecting surface, and that is provided by the consciousness.
Okay. So, reflected consciousness, what you are saying is reflected consciousness. When you use the word reflected consciousness, so the pure consciousness is reflecting on, you're saying
Mind,
only on the mind. Is that what you are saying?
mind and intellect, matlab,
Okay, only on the mind and intellect. What do you think about body? Then is body separate from mind and intellect? In that way of thinking,
mhm,
if light of consciousness has to light up what you're calling as mind and intellect, yeah? So, antakarana, inner body, inner instrument, right? So, inner instrument is being lit up by consciousness, and that is what you're calling as the reflecting surface.
okay. Antakaran is man, buddhi, chit, ahankara. Okay.
All the four, right? So, in this English way of thinking, uh, I just said mind is nothing but mana, chitta, aham. Intellect is the buddhi, right? So, therefore, these two together is nothing but antakarana, correct?
Mhm,
Yeah. And what you are saying is the light of consciousness is falling on mana and buddhi, chitta, and ahankara,
mhm.
which means that these four are outside of that. Rather, these two, world and body, is outside of that, in that
नहीं
way
तो
of thinking.
अहंकार अहंकार में बॉडी भी आ जाएगी. हाँ, वर्ल्ड इज आउटसाइड.
World is outside. Now, how do you prove that the world is outside? Before that, first of all, let's clarify what you just now said. You're saying now consciousness, the light of the consciousness is not just on the antakarana, it is also on the body. Is that what you just now said?
या अंतःकरण में ओके इट्स अनदर अंतःकरण ओके.
No, this is antakarana. Mind and intellect is antakarana. And you said reflected consciousness is nothing but the light falling on this surface called mind and intellect. That's what you said initially.
Mm-hmm.
So then I asked you the question, does it mean that, does it mean that if I were to, put one more thing, what you are telling me is that light is falling on only these two. And this is what I call as reflected consciousness. This is reflected consciousness according to you, initially. Is that what you are saying?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Are you relating to what I'm doing?
Yeah.
And is it in
Hmm.
alignment with what you're thinking?
Okay. Not so very clear, but definitely yes.
Okay, so then ask questions. What is not clear in. So I'm constructing this picture based on what I'm hearing from you to
Mm-hmm.
help us go deeper. What you're saying is consciousness, the light of the consciousness is falling on this surface called as mind and intellect. That is what you are saying, which means that this mind and intellect becomes a reflecting surface. That is how you are thinking. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
So then my question is, then body and world are outside of this reflecting surface. Is that a correct statement then? If we go with that logic,
The world which we perceive as outside is nothing outside. I am only able to perceive when it falls on the mind, when it falls on the reflecting surface. So the world is actually in me only. The body is in me only for that particular point. Otherwise, there is no, I cannot see, there is no world. It is only, the world is in me only because that what I perceive outside, what I see, what I perceive, not see, what I perceive outside, it has to come in me for me to understand, oh, this is the world this is the gross world.
and the gross world can come into the mind only through the body, correct?
Body, mind, intellect, yeah, BMI.
No, no, no. Again, don't mix up these two things, because first and foremost you are saying that it has to come to the mind. If it has to come to the mind, something has to come to the mind. No, what is coming
Okay.
to the mind? The world is coming to the mind.
Mm.
Then I will ask you the question how it is coming through the body, because through the eyes, through the ears, through the tongue, the five senses, the world is coming into the mind.
Mm.
So which means that now, what is the light that is lighting up the world and the body?
It is the light of pure consciousness, the light of consciousness.
This light only can light up, right? Because ultimately, whatever you are experiencing as the world, whatever you are experiencing as the body, is fundamentally getting reflected in your mind, and mind itself is reflecting nothing but the light of the consciousness.
Hmm.
Now tell me, what is reflected consciousness?
So it is nothing but the pure consciousness only, but it needs a surface, and that surface is the mind. So that is why we call this as a reflecting surface, a reflected consciousness.
Isn't it? Now, is that who you are? Because in this sentence, that is how I can witness has come, and this I is nothing but now this. So now, essentially, with this logic, now you, in a way, you expanded this, because you yourself just now said I cannot really separate uh, body and the world. I cannot separate because ultimately it is all being seen here. That's what you just now said, correct?
Mhm.
So which means that there is no way to for you to tell that body is separate from the mind and the world is separate from the body and the mind. There is no way for you to truly say that, correct?
Mhm.
And all of this is nothing but reflected consciousness, is what you just now said. Now you expanded this R to not just this but also to this. Am i am i hearing you correctly?
Okay.
This is what you just now said. Now you modified your answer and you said this whole thing is R.
Hmm.
Okay. Now the question I'm asking you is this who you are? Is this who you are?
No.
So yes, correct. This is the reflected surface, the reflecting surface. But the question, I want you to notice the question a little more carefully. Is this who you are?
This is also me, but not only this.
Correct. So when I say that I am this, then I'm identifying a unchanging me with a changing me. This part is a changing me, no?
Hmm.
This part is the changing you, no?
Hmm.
This is the unchanging you.
ठीक है.
So this I can call as, for lack of better terms, a changing I. This is your
Unchanging.
unchanging I.
Vijay sir, this is we can call it as Vyavaharika Satya, no?
We can introduce any new words, but I want to avoid using newer words so that we become clearly established in what we are discussing. As long as Rajni ji is able to relate to what is being discussed, then
Mm.
I want to reduce the number of different words that we want to use.
Because whole creation is mithya, that's why I used Vyavaharika Satya.
That is okay. Again,
Mm.
when we have to look at it from another viewpoint,
Mm.
Satya and Mithya separation, we can
Mm.
bring that. But
Yeah.
now let's first make sure that the terms we are using. See, one of the fundamental thing that happens is especially even when we come into Vedanta or any other study, we hear so many new words,
Yeah.
and mix up happens because we do not clarify those words and connect them to the fundamental understanding that we may have. So therefore, for the time being, I'm avoiding using too many words.
Am
So
I wrong there?
no, you're not wrong, Nalniyama. You're not
Mm.
wrong.
Mm.
Yeah. But coming back to Rajni ji's question, so
Mm.
Rajni ji, is it okay to call this as the changing eye and this as the unchanging eye?
Right.
So then now tell me, with respect to this picture and with respect to what you've been saying, how do you reflect on the overall statement? Is this statement correct? Is this statement now correct? Whatever you have written, whatever you said, is the statement correct?
Just living this so realism. I can be removed. BMI can witness.
Okay, but then if BMI is removed, or if I is removed from the BMI, then who's witnessing? Because there's a feeling of witnessing, no? Clearly.
Mm-hmm.
So a temporary I, it is okay to say,
So we are
right?
talking. So this is the changing eye. The changing eye.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's okay to say the changing I, there is nothing but the BMI, is witnessing. But the real I, unchanging I, is here.
Mm-hmm.
So the mistake is always thinking of me as only this.
Uh-huh.
The mistake that happens in recognition is I'm only this, and I have to do something to be this. So now in this simple way of looking at it, Rajni ji, is there anything to be done to be this?
No, nothing has to be done. You can't do anything. It is. It is.
You're already that.
Yeah.
So now reflect on what Kavi is saying. What is it Kavi is saying? Even the state of being a witness is not my absolute nature.
The state of being a witness. So the state of being a witness, he's talking about BMI.
Correct. In your way of putting it, you said there is a state of witness, right? Which is a state of witness? This one. This one is a state of witness,
Acha.
isn't it?
Uh-huh.
And that one, the Kavi is saying, is not my absolute nature. What is absolute nature? What does the word absolute bring to your mind?
Complete.
Complete. Something that is the way it is always the way it is. Then only you can call it as absolute. No. See, for example, if I see something as an example, Is milk the absolute nature of that substance? Some substance is appearing as milk, no? Is milk is the absolute nature of that substance, whatever that substance is?
Like curd or something you're talking about?
Milk, you have seen milk, right?
Uh,
Is milk, some substance is appearing as milk. So now the question is milk the absolute nature of that substance? Is the question clear or confusing?
no. Absolute nature of what? Something derived from the milk or milk in itself?
So, see, something is appearing as milk, no? Something is appearing as milk, no? Milk itself
Uh,
is an appearance, no?
uh,
Milk itself is an appearance, right?
okay.
I, so, for example, it is not always milk. Milk becomes curd,
Uh,
and from curd you get butter,
uh,
and from butter you get ghee. Like that, there are so many transformations that happen to that substance, right? But there is some
yeah.
fundamental substance that is appearing as milk, and then, for example, it is the same substance which then starts appearing as curd.
Mm,
Then it is the same substance that's appearing as butter.
but,
So there is some substance, something is there, some vastu is there.
mhm.
What that vastu? Initially,
Milk.
you recognize that as milk.
Mm,
Later, you recognize the same as curd. Later, you recognize the same as butter.
mm,
Later, you recognize the same as ghee.
mm.
Is this correct?
Correct.
Huh. So now the
So
question then
in this context, yes, milk is absolute.
is milk absolute?
In this context,
Okay. Okay. So now when you use the word absolute, um, how are you saying something is absolute? What is the condition or what is the criteria or what is the way by which you are verifying that it is absolute?
because the curd, butter, and ghee, they are coming out from milk.
Is coming
So
from milk. But
that is the source.
but is that the source? Is that the source?
Yes,
Is milk
then you can
itself?
say the cow is the source. Then you say, what is cow eating? It is the fodder. Then
So
that will
some
go.
substance is appearing as all this, no?
Huh?
We have started our thinking journey from here.
Yeah, yeah. Then milk is absolute. Okay.
I would say milk is not absolute. Because milk itself, if it was absolute, I always should see whether, even in ghee, I should see milk. I don't see milk. By the time it has become ghee, I don't call it anymore as milk. So to be called as absolute, it should have retained the way it is in the form it is milk, the shape and the way it is and the touch and the feel and the smell and everything. From here to here, it is totally different.
Hmm.
So therefore, milk is not the absolute nature of that particular substance, whatever that substance is. We are right now not asking that question, what is that substance? But whatever that is appearing as milk, the milk is not the absolute nature of that substance, whatever that substance is.
Correct.
Milk is a temporary appearance of that substance. Curd is another temporary appearance of that substance. Butter is, ghee is. But there is some substance. Without that substance, how can milk appear? So there is definitely some substance. Are you able to see this
Mhm.
reasoning?
Yeah. Okay.
So in this, all of this is the not absolute. Meaning what? The absolute means what? Whichever time you go, today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, 20 years later, it should always remain in that way. Then only you can call this as an absolute substance, no?
Mm-hmm.
Because with time, the milk is becoming curd, with time, the curd is becoming butter, so on and so forth. So, which means that milk is not the absolute, it is a temporary, temporary appearance. For the time being, it is milk. For the time being, it is curd. For the time being, it is butter, so on and so forth, I can say, but not absolute. Absolute means what? Even when I change time, it is still milk only. Even when I change places, it is still milk only. Then only I can call it as absolute. Otherwise, it is temporary. Is that agreeable?
Mhm. So in this case, what is that substance?
That is the fundamental question. There must be some substance which is appearing as all this, no?
Hmm.
The whole of the confusion begins by taking some starting point, which itself is an appearance, and making an assumption that that is absolute. Because in your statement, you made milk as absolute. And that's why, okay, then how did the milk come? That question did not even appear because you made milk as absolute. But milk itself appeared sometime. It was not always there. So which means that like this, when you go back and back, so then what is coming out as milk? You would say whatever the grass that the cow ate. Then what is the grass? So like that, as we keep going back and back,
Mhm.
fundamentally you arrive at there is some energy.
Okay.
There must be some energy, no?
Mhm.
So which means now I can make a statement that all of this is various modifications appearing on the energy.
Hmm.
Now, if I keep going backwards, now if I keep going, uh, you know, in this direction, if I keep going in this direction, what is appearing as milk, I arrive at some kind of an energy. That is the last answer you and I can arrive at.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, which means that all of this now is what? Is nothing but different forms of the same energy. Can I
Hmm.
make that statement?
Yeah.
But this form of that substance cannot be seen. Can you see energy?
No.
No. But this form of it can be seen.
Correct.
So I can say there is something that is absolute. What that
Appears as milk, curd, butter at the
it
same time.
appears as this. So all of this is the appearance of that energy. This there is something absolute. That much I can clearly see through the reasoning, through the eye of the Viveka. EYE, through the to see through the intellect, see through your Viveka, Viveka Jnana, Viveka Drishti. Through the Viveka Drishti, you can see there is something absolute. Through the naked eye, you can see these are
Only the milk,
substances,
curd, word. Correct.
right? So this is visible only to the Viveka Drishti. This is visible to the Charma Drishti.
Hmm.
What is appearing to your Charma Drishti is not absolute. And what is appearing to your Viveka Drishti, now you can say that this itself is appearing as this also. And this is who you are.
Hmm. Mhm. Correct.
Because in the way you analyze consciousness, ultimately you couldn't separate anything, the world and the body and the mind, intellect, you couldn't separate it from the consciousness ultimately, right?
Mhm.
Then energy can also be separated, cannot be separated. Because ultimately, what is world? World is nothing but all these substances. What is body? These kind of substances. Mind, you may not be able to see it through your charma drishti, but you are able to see it through your viveka drishti. And you just now agreed that all of this is nothing but energy. So there is some fundamental substance, something, something is there. Asti. We say, right? Asti, astitva,
Mhm.
asti. Something is there. That fundamental substance is who you are truly.
Mhm.
And you are of the nature of consciousness and energy. That is your fundamental nature, that you're both consciousness and energy. As energy, you appear as this changing eye. As consciousness, you're able to see the play of this changing eye. And you're beyond the witnessing the play also, because something must be there without any of these modifications also, right? Then only all these modifications can appear, right? So you are not only that during the witnessing, you are appearing as all this during the witnessing, but you must be also beyond all this, because there is no way to go beyond that. Something must be fundamentally there. And that itself cannot be becoming ghee. It cannot be becoming milk. Becoming milk means what? A part of it is taken out and has been made into milk. Are you able to see?
Yeah.
So it is not becoming, it is simply appearing.
But you're appearing.
Appearing. So one way you can make the statement is, your fundamental nature is that of consciousness and energy. As energy, you can witness your own play of energy by your own consciousness. And you are beyond that also, meaning you are absolute.
No, by your own consciousness, वो अलग थोड़ी होगी. It's a total consciousness. No, it's the same consciousness.
When you have to say it as a first person, I am witnessing and I am consciousness. As consciousness, I witness. Then if I ask, okay, what am I witnessing? My own energy play. So in the way, if you want to remove that I, that individual I-ness, that limited I-ness, if you want to remove that individual I-ness, because in that statement, it was not referring to that individual I-ness or limited I-ness. It was referring to the whole. So another way of saying it is, Brahman as consciousness is witnessing his own play through his own Maya Shakti, of his own power called Shakti. That is making it impersonal way of statement.
ठीक है.
Are you able to see the similarity between these two statements?
Yeah.
So now, how do you summarize this whole conversation, Rajini ji?
So in this particular case, the consciousness is the absolute, which appears as world, body, mind, intellect at different times. No, it can appear at the same time also. So this is an appearance in consciousness, which is the absolute.
And that is who you are.
And that is who I am. Correct.
And
So,
in the initial stages of evolution, the Guru teaches us, be a witness to the change. Why? Because the aham is so intensely mixed up.
Correct.
So initially, be a witness to the change, as if I am separate from the change. That's only an initial practice. But in the ultimate analysis, you cannot be separated from the change. You are the change and you are not the unchanging. You are also the unchanging. Is that bringing clarity, Rajni ji?
Correct.
Shilpa ji, is there anything from your side you want to add to today's conversation?
I think whatever my understanding, everything I'm aligned with you, Vijay ji. But one point I could get in today's class is from last sessions, though we try to make consciousness separate from a box which contains body, mind, and intellect. In today's class, we are entering to that oneness state where Dvaita is becoming Advaita. So uh, the examples what you used to take when you were explaining dream state, who is witnessing, I was looking at it as an external entity, though we know that consciousness is also part of, consciousness is omnipresent. But in today's class I see Kavi has started transforming or um, making the journey towards oneness. That is what I could notice, Vijay ji.
Excellent.
So just for
Correct.
the sake of understanding, initially we might, like for kids, we need to set some examples. Even for us, we need a way how we need to interpret, right? So as an example, all these sessions, at least for me, I'm feeling that all these sessions have been to start that way. But ultimately, from this shloka onwards, I'm seeing a journey already. We are entering into that enlightened state, or the actual consciousness state.
Correct. So the moment there is a separation, right? When you say I am and there is something else, then there is still something else that must be causing that. So initially it is only to help us understand. Like a simple example is car. Okay, what is car? That whole thing is car. But then, as a person who has to drive the car, I may have to get awareness of different parts of the car. As a mechanic, I may have to get a deeper understanding. As an engineer, I may have to get even more deeper understanding. As a scientist, I may have to get even more fundamental understanding. So like that, there are different levels of journey, being a driver to being a mechanic to an engineer to a scientist who really figures out how the internal combustion mechanism works. So all that requires different levels of understanding about what? About the same thing called as car. It's not that there are different things. There's only one thing called as a car. But to help my own understanding so that I come out of this confusion. When I don't know anything about this car, I cannot even use it. I cannot even ride in it. Let's say the world is only nothing but car. So therefore, initially it's part by part. It's like disassembly. You're removing the parts by part, like a medical student learns about heart, pancreas, stomach, um, liver separately. But are they really separate? They are really not separate. They are all part of the same one body. So when you have to treat, you have to treat holistically actually. That's another totally different conversation. But coming back, like that, initially the medical student is given the understanding by removing parts so that the attention and the focus goes there. And then now the assembly process has begun. You are absolutely right. Because ultimately, disassembled state is not how it can work.
And in the shloka, Vijay ji, that first word, even, that is something which has brought me to this inference.
Correct. Sarananji, is there anything more that you would like to add?
Yeah, so the way I see it is that unchanging basic thing or material, what we call consciousness, it is like, if I can use plane of time at different times. It shows up in different forms, and it is just that like uh, without the knowledge, the forms are taking the primary attention, getting the primary attention. But what we're understanding here is like how's that form appearing, from where, and like how's the temporary nature of that form, and like and how's the permanent nature of that basic one, from where these forms are appearing and disappearing, appearing and disappearing, right? So the focus is being drawn towards that unchanging, the source, the formless source. And I again, I feel it is that until that understanding doesn't completely uh, uh, go in, the 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 wish is what, like, I think is triggering those forms, that my incomplete understanding of myself is what is causing me to appear in different forms. And like once the person understands it, I don't think that I think that form, um, it will stop bringing the forms again. The one goes to the base and like settles in the unchanging state, right? And until I'm not there, this forms keep appearing. And I think it's taking towards, and it's going towards that state, going towards that ultimate point only, where like to understand that like, okay, this infinite forms that is continuously occurring and disappearing, right, is temporary, and like go for that permanent one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So settles down doesn't necessarily mean that, see, the form is what we refer as a creative capability of
Creative capability.
existence,
Why
right?
is it continuously appearing
So
and
this
getting
substance,
created?
this substance has, in one fundamental way of looking at it, is the Kriya Shakti, Icha Shakti, Gnana Shakti, right? Those Shaktis are nothing but part of this substance only. So
Yeah.
the Kriya Shakti, the ability to manifest something and to be creative, is very inherent in this
Yeah.
consciousness.
Uh,
The
but
inherent capacity is to
it is
be
coming
creative.
from some icha, and if without that wish, the creation will also not happen.
So that is why for creation in the material world, for the creation to happen, there's a certain I who
Yeah.
has to have a certain intent, a certain purpose,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm.
So realizing that that is also part of the ultimate reality. So from where this intent is coming, from where this the creation impulse is coming. When I am only a limited I, the creative impulse I have, I focus on only this body because I think I'm only this body.
Yeah,
When I'm
focusing on the
when I'm
form.
this larger body, then where is my intent? Where is my creative impulse? The creative impulse is very natural. Then how do I convert my creative impulse into seva of what? Of the whole. That is how lokaha samastaha sukhino bhavantu. Or atmano mokshartham jagaditaya cha. Creative impulse is inherent.
Is inherent. It cannot be. Yeah, it is
Ah,
where how
ah,
I channel it.
it is,
Yeah.
am I channeling it only to this limited I or
Mm.
this larger I? Because the settling down,
Okay, yeah,
uh,
I shouldn't say. Yeah, yeah,
ah,
that's what I was thinking. Yeah, it is not settling down. Rather, uh, um, I just realize it, and that's it.
yeah. So
If
the
uh,
limited I-ness disappears.
disappears.
There is no more strong identification with the limited I-ness.
The limited I was for that form,
Yeah.
And the identification goes deeper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Deeper towards the unlimited, formless
Yeah.
self, right?
Because this is what we are referring as nothing.
Nothing.
See, this is look at the mystery of this whole existence. A nothing,
Mm.
and this is also something which you and I can really say nothing, because
Nothing. Yeah.
we cannot really. But all of these are things.
Yeah.
All of these are things. So a nothing is appearing as something, or all of these things. So these are some things. So nothing is appearing as something. And Kavi is saying you are actually this while these are appearing in you.
Yeah.
Anupama ji, you have
Awesome.
anything to add?
Nothing, Ji.
Kamla ji?
No, Vijay ji.
Nalini Amma?
I'm having some question, Vijay Ji.
Yeah, please.
This is changing and unchanging. These words have come, and vibrations, waves, and all those things. No, wherever prarabdha stays, then
Okay, so can you frame your question clearly, Amma? Nim prashna ಏನಮ್ಮ?
see, I am purely waveless. Okay, that's Sakshi, whatever we are calling. Changeless means waveless.
No. Okay. You have the inherent capacity. See, you are like that water, but you also have the inherent capacity to be a ocean and the wave. See, what is wave? Wave is nothing but water only. Your water. As water, there are no ocean, there is no ocean, there is no wave as water. But at the same time, water can also
Changing
appear
item.
as the ocean and the wave. So which means that wave is not separate from you. You have the inherent capacity to be you have the inherent capacity to appear as the wave, as ocean. That is how it needs to be understood. But you're fundamentally water. You're water,
correct.
but you can appear as ocean and as wave.
So, I mean, whatever waves comes, these are all prarabdha.
Whatever wave is coming, then the question has to be whose prarabdha? Depending upon your level of identification. If you're still identified with, I am this limited body, mind, and intellect, I am this person. As long as I am identified with only a limited, there is a prarabdha. It depends upon one's own identification.
Everybody is going through their problem. Prarabdha only, no? We have brought
Again,
prarabdha.
everybody is in your own mind only. See, in the way of understanding, where is everybody?
Yeah.
Everybody is in you. You are the one who's interpreting everybody as prarabdha. Whose prarabdha are you interpreting? Your own understanding of life, you are imposing on everybody else.
Yes.
So therefore, in this way of looking at the reality, only you are there.
Yeah, correct.
It is you who is saying there is somebody else. It is you who is saying that somebody else is going through that prarabdha. And I am this limited and I am going through this prarabdha. So who is imposing prarabdha? You are imposing prarabdha. Why? Because you have put yourself as only that limited I, whatever that form you are connected to. So therefore, prarabdha is there as long as limited I-ness is there. Is it bringing clarity, ಅಮ್ಮ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗೆ?
See, this unchanging, this one is there, no?
Which one?
Unchanging.
Okay.
Unchanging is looking at changing, means waves it is saying, okay? It is seeing. Whatever changes it's happening, unchanging, whatever we are calling saksham. We can call it a saksham, okay? Sakshi is seeing saksham. Saksham is our prarabdha. Can I name it like that?
Whose prarabdha? Our means who is our in that sentence?
Unchanging item. That is unchanging.
So what you are essentially saying is, water has the prarabdha to be the ocean and the wave.
Yeah.
You can, because at the end of the day, it can actually be thought of as, water has the creative capability to be the ocean, to be the wave, to be the river, to be the rain, to be the vapor, to be the ice. Water has the creative capability to be any of this.
Yeah.
So when you use the word prarabdha to be a wave, you're limiting the creative capability of water. So sum total of all the prarabdhas is in the water. So water, one of the way you can think about it, Amma, is ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಾರಬ್ಧಗಳು ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ? ಭಗವಂತನಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಾರಬ್ಧಗಳಿಗೆ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಯಾರು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ? ಭಗವಂತ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಾರಬ್ಧಗಳು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ರೀತಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅವುಗಳು ಮ್ಯಾನಿಫೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾವೆ. ಬಟ್ ನೀವ್ಯಾರು ಆ ಚಿತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ? ನೀವು ಭಗವಂತ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಾರಬ್ಧಗಳು ನಂದೇನೆ. ಇಫ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಫ್ರೀ ಫ್ರಮ್ ವೇವ್ಸ್, ನನಗೆ ಪ್ರಾರಬ್ಧ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಅವಾಗ ಇದನ್ನ ಆಟದ ತರ ನೋಡ್ತೀನಿ. ನಾನು ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಾರಬ್ಧ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅವ್ರ ಪ್ರಾರಬ್ಧ ನೋಡು, ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಾರಬ್ಧ ನೋಡು ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಆ ತರ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಯಾವ ಒಂದು ದೃಷ್ಟಿಕೋನದಿಂದ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಆ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಕೋನದಿಂದ ನನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ರೀತಿಯ ಭಾವನೆಗಳು ಉಂಟಾಗತ್ತೆ.
Yes, this is also correct. Then what name we can call that item?
Why do you have to name? ಯಾರಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಅದನ್ನ ನೇಮ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು?
No name.
ಅಲ್ಲ, ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ನೇಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಹೇಳಿ? If you want to name, you can give 100 names. That is where the next confusion starts. ಬ್ರಹ್ಮನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾರೋ, ನಾನಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾರೋ, ಆತ್ಮ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೇನೋ, ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ಅಂದ್ರೇನೋ, ಇನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಹೋಲಿ ಫಾದರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಇನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಅಲ್ಲಾಹು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಇನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪದಗಳನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಈ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರೋರು ನೀವು. ಯಾತಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆಸರು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು? ಎಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ಹೆಸರು ಕೊಡೋ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಹೆಸರು ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಯೋ ನಾಮ ಚಾಹೋ ಓ ನಾಮ पूछो और ओ नाम बोलो, पर प्यार से बोलो, दिल से बोलो, and that our name is alone. Why you want to get confused with so many names?
Then in which we are here false, complete false.
What is false?
Each and everything is false only.
Each and everything is false ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದೇನೋ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ, ಏನೋ ಇದೆ. ಆ ಈಚ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗು ಈಸ್ ಅದರದ್ದು ಟೆಂಪರರಿ ನೇಚರ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇನೆ. ಫಾಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಫಾಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ತರ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲ ರೀ, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಿಥ್ಯಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಥರ ಒಂಥರ ನಿರ್ಜೀವವಾಗಿರೋ, ನೀರಸವಾಗಿರೋ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಸಜೀವವಾಗಿರೋ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿರೋ, ಅದು ಇದೆ, ಇದು ಇದೆ, ಇದು ಇದೆ, ಅದು ಇದೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಥರದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ನನಗೆ ಹಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತೆ, ನೆಗೆಯೋಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತೆ, ಕುಣಿಯೋಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತೆ, ಮಾತಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತೆ, ಅಳಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತೆ, ನಗಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತೆ, ಕೋಪ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ನಾನು ಯಾವ ರಸ ಬೇಕಾದರೂ ನಾನು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ತರ್ತೀನಿ.
But I'm not
ಆ
that.
ಥರ ಫಾಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು.
But I'm not that one.
ಐ ಆಮ್ ದಟ್ ಒನ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಇಷ್ಟೊತ್ತೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಮಾತಾಡಿದ ರಾಮಾಯಣ ಅದೇನೇನೆ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಯಾರಿಂದ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ? ನಗದು ಅಳೋದು ಯಾರಿಂದ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ? ನೀವಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ನಗದು ಅಳೋದು ಯಾರು ಕಾಣಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತೆ?
ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ನಗದು ಅಳೋದು ನೀವೇನೆ. ವೇವ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ವೇವ್ ಇರೋದು ವಾಟರ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದನೇ. ಆದರೆ ವೇವು ವಾಟರ್ದು ಪರ್ಮನೆಂಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅಷ್ಟೇನೆ. Being something doesn't mean that is anything inferior. Form is that's why Navaratri again. Navaratri is in the nature of the form, the divine is being celebrated. Form is look at this picture ಅಮ್ಮ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಅದು ಏನು ಅಂತ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ಏನು ಅಂತ ತೋರ್ಸಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. Nothing. But a nothing is appearing as milk, ocean, tree, body, heart, air. What an amazing mystery.
Yeah. So Kavi has taken us very deep. Manana, very nicely it has happened.
Rajita ji, is there anything from your side, ji?
Nothing, Vijay ji. Very well explained today with a different approach that you have written the verbal things. So that was a different way for me to again contemplate and take the that body, mind, intellect, BMI. This was a very different approach, and it was very excellent way of representing consciousness, changing and unchanging reality. And you all, you made us to realize that how I am unchanging reality, and the concepts were very clear. And initially, I think when Padmaji was talking about ahamkara and intellect, there I had little confusion, but after this explanation that I got the clarity. So very nice session. Thank you, Vijay ji.
Wonderful ji. Padmaji, any final summary? Anything else?
No, sir. No, sir. Today, I usually get that picture which I asked you to share. But yeah, this was a different way. Usually I am more, it's easier for me to make sense of anything when I see your pictures. But
Padmaji, that
this
was the shortcut I feel like Vijayji wanted to avoid to get this discussion.
I know, because for me, he is synonymous with all that. Okay, the way he explains, that is the most simplified way of putting all complex things. So but today also was an eye opener, sir.
So
I should say
Padmaji, Vijayji is testing you, like how easily you will be detached to whatever he was explaining. And how
detached from the slide.
No, Rajita
What
ji,
if I don't have the slide?
No, that's what, sir. I wanted to share that. Like, I don't know how I come across, but that is what I was telling. This is the, I don't know if any of you, like Sarvananji or Rajita ji, after being so many years in this path, are you facing that or not? But recently, this is the challenge that I am facing. Like, if the question is very simple and I know the answer, right, it is not easy for me to think like a beginner. That is one challenge I'm facing, sir. You'll always tell me, no, you should take up the next step and do the contemplation with others. So this is one of the challenge I'm facing now. Yeah.
It was
So,
like, whom
but
are
you
you
are aware of
asking?
this challenge now, Padmaji. So 80% of the work is done. So you will come
yeah,
out
yeah,
of this.
but see, Rajita ji, it may come across as being, I don't know, arrogant or maybe overconfident. No, that is not correct, isn't it? So yeah, so
Yeah.
It is simple.
But
It is
at
very
least,
simple, Padmaji. It is very simple. It is actually, yeah, these are different words through which we also now get into confusion.
mm,
But at the end of the day, it is like, okay, so someone, when they are looking at this entire situation, they have a
mm,
starting point. Every one of us have a starting point.
correct. Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
So the focus is on what is the starting point that is resonating to that particular uh, individual at that point in time.
Mm,
So more and more I keep looking at, okay, what's the starting point from
mm,
where they are seeing the world,
mm.
because your view is now expanded, but someone in front of you is seeing the world in some way. There's nothing wrong in that way. However,
Yeah, yeah. No, I was finding it difficult to go to. I'm understanding the level, but I was finding it difficult to go to that and, put it across how it will make sense to them.
correct.
That is what I was telling as a challenging thing.
That
Because when you're,
that one is also again like how Arjita ji wonderfully put it, becoming aware that okay, that is the viewpoint I need to develop. What is the viewpoint I need
mm,
to develop? How can I see from the other's viewpoint?
mm, mm,
So that genesis itself is the beginning and the end. So it'll naturally yield fruit
mm, mm. Yeah, yes, sir.
because you are
So
Kalpavruksha.
Mm.
I have a question.
Yes, Rajini ji.
Can we go to the shloka?
Yes, ji.
So यहाँ पे he says, even the state of being a witness. In this
Hmm.
particular case, the witness, state of being a witness, where does it fit into the equation that you have written? So what witness in this particular case is he talking about?
Here he is talking about depending upon one's own evolution. Let's say the guru has said, okay, now be a witness to your situation. Let's say I'm going to teach you witness consciousness meditation. What is witness consciousness meditation? So, irrespective of the situations of life. So, initially, the guru starts by, okay, let us sit together, close your eyes, 10 minutes. Now, I'm going to tell you whatever sounds you are hearing, simply let them be. Don't get involved with the sounds because, generally the tendency is as soon as somebody calls your name, you say, oh, I'm here. What do you want? So, get into a conversation, right? So, like that, some sounds may come, don't react to them, simply let them come and go. You may see something, you may immediately react to them, but now you simply develop the ability to notice them, just like how a watchman will notice when people are flowing through the gate, or like a policeman, a traffic policeman simply noticing the traffic. You simply notice. This is the first level. So at this level, who is witnessing? I am witnessing. Who is this
Acha,
I?
that comes.
The I. Who is this I at that point in time? I am that ego. Whatever I think I am. I may be
Oh,
thinking, who is sitting for meditation? Oh, me. Who? This man. Oh, I am this man. And what's the age of this man? Oh, this man's age is whatever. All this is the I that is sitting for meditation at that point in time. That I, as it sits for meditation,
mhm,
in the process, that I starts noticing that, whenever I simply notice without getting involved, some kind of a ease, peace is coming.
mhm,
As soon as I hear somebody speak, I would get irritated. Now when this conscious witness meditation is being done, even when some unpleasant sounds are coming in front of me, I'm remaining peaceful.
mhm,
Oh, I'm evolving, right? So this I. Who is the witness in that context? This ego is still the witness. So now, as that witness meditation deepens, then the Guru says, look, you can do this witness meditation not only with your eyes closed, even when you're interacting with the world. Why don't you be a witness? Because now the aham comes and cries in front of the Guru, saying that, you know what happened? That person said that, I was, I'm very peaceful, Guruji, when I'm closing my eyes and doing the meditation. But, when I go to my office, that boss comes. So now the Guru says, correct. The witness meditation can be done even with your eyes open. Oh, really? How? Yeah. So when your boss is speaking to you, why don't you simply listen to your boss? In your mind, whatever you practice, no, with your eyes closed, why don't you be that way when the boss is also speaking to you? Simply notice him, simply hear him. Okay, okay. Now that eye is able to go to the next level with the eyes open, a meditation. But now who is the witness? Still that eye only, still the witness, even in that situation. Next, as that eye becomes even more peaceful, now with the eyes closed, with the eyes open, I'm able to remain. And sometimes to help that eye evolve even further, because sometimes it is not very easy. So service is offered so that the mind is free from the jitteriness of, am I doing the right thing? I am doing all that, right? The jitteriness is still there. So that's why first is to purify the mind with the service. Then only witnessing consciousness meditation is given. So now that I is able to meditate with eyes closed or eyes open. Now comes the next stage, is the jnana. Like how this Kavi is asking, who's witnessing? Who's really witnessing? Like how you reflected today, that witness is nothing but powered by the light of the consciousness. If there is no light of the consciousness, there is no witness. If there is no consciousness, what are you talking about? The only source of the witness is witness itself, the ego. So far it was the ego, right, which was witnessing. That ego has been given life and energy only because there is that divine consciousness. So ego itself is not a true entity. It doesn't exist. Something that seems to exist, like how the wave, it doesn't really exist. It seemed to exist. It is not really there, but it seemed to be there. The ego is like that wave. That clarity, when the right jnana comes, happens. And in that state is what the Kavi is saying. Even the state of being a witness is not my absolute nature. Are you able to now gain clarity, Rajniji, to your question?
Perfect. It was really beautiful. Yes. So it is at what level you are and from where to where you have to move. Uh, Again, as you said, even starting from how do you even purify your mind, and how step by step you go, how the Guru takes you from one step to another to another. And then he says there's nothing beyond the light of consciousness. What are you talking about?
Correct.
Correct. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajniji.
Yes, it was beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you, Ji. So then let us end our today's contemplation. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Tat Sat Sarvam Shri Krishnarpanamastu.